Hello, kids. We're going to read another Chester book. Chester Gets Lost. I wonder where he's going to get lost. Vroom! Chester zoomed down the sidewalk on his skateboard. He stopped in front of the library. There was a big sign on the front lawn. Story hour, thought Chester. I wonder what that is. He looked at his watch. Whatever it is, it starts in 15 minutes, Chester said. If I hurry, I can make it. Chester took off his helmet and put his skateboard near the bike rack. He opened the door and raced into the library. His friend Mimi was perched on the checkout desk. Mimi lived in the library and she loved books. Hi, Mimi, called Chester. Oh, hi, Chester, replied Mimi. I saw the sign in front. What story hour? Asked Chester. Well, said Mimi, during story hour, the children's librarian reads books to all the children. There are also songs and games. Wow, said Chester, that sounds great. And he began hurrying away. Wait, called Mimi, do you know where you're going? Don't worry, said Chester, I'll find it. Mimi wasn't so sure. She decided to follow him. You know, some libraries in big cities, they're like 3 or 4 stories. So you have to know where you're going. Chester saw a room filled with racks and racks of bright magazines and newspapers. He stopped, he looked around, but he didn't see Story Hour. Mimi caught up to him. This is the magazine section, she told Chester. It has lots and lots of different magazines and newspapers for grown-ups and children to read. Cool, said Chester. Is this where Story Hour is? No, answered Mimi. Story Hour isn't here. Oh, no, said Chester, and he hurried off again. Now, Chester saw shelves and shelves of books. He stopped, he looked around, but he didn't see Story Hour. Mimi caught up to him. This is the adult fiction section, she told Chester. Grown-ups come here when they are looking for a good book to read. Neat, said Chester. Is this where Story Hour is? No, answered Mimi. Story Hour isn't here. Oh, no, said Chester. I'm going to miss it. And he hurried off again. Now Chester saw even more shelves of books. He stopped, he looked around, but he didn't see Story Hour. Mimi caught up to him. This is the adult biography section, she told Chester. Grown-ups come here when they want to read a book about a real person's life. Oh, said Chester. Is this where Story Hour is? No, answered Mimi. Story Hour isn't here. Oh, no, said Chester. I'll never find it. And he hurried off again. Next, Chester saw tables and desks and lots of computers. He stopped, he looked around, but he didn't see Story Hour. Mimi caught up to him. This is the computer section, she told Chester. People come here to work on the computers or do research on the internet. Wow, said Chester. So is this where Story Hour is? No, answered Mimi. Story Hour isn't here. Chester looked at his watch. I only have a few more minutes, he said, and he hurried off again. Chester rushed by cases filled with DVDs and CDs. He stopped, he looked around, but he didn't see Story Hour. Mimi caught up to him. This is the media section, she told Chester. Visitors come here when they want to borrow a movie or a recorded book. Great, said Chester. This must be where Story Hour is. No, answered Mimi. Story Hour isn't here. Chester didn't say anything. He just left. Now Chester saw shelves of very large books. He stopped, he looked around, but he didn't see Story Hour. Mimi caught up to him. This is the reference section, she told Chester. It is filled with dictionaries and encyclopedias. Visitors come here when they want to learn more about something. Huh? So, said Chester, is this where Story Hour is? No, answered Mimi. Story Hour isn't here. Poor Chester. Let me show you something, Chester, said Mimi. She pointed to something on the wall. What's this? Asked Chester. What is this? Yeah, it's a a map, which is very helpful. This is a map of the library, said Mimi. It shows you where every section is, where everything is. Story Hour is in the children's section. Can you find it on the map? Chester took a closer look. There is the children's section, Chester said. That's right, said Mimi, and Story Hour is about to start. Should we go there together? Chester quickly found the children's section. Story Hour had just begun. Yay, he made it in time! And Chester hadn't missed a thing. He gets his story anyway. Okay, I'll see you next week.